Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Neil with CCS Investment Group. Today is Monday, August 5th, and here's another market recap for us. Today we just dropped the market. The market went down pretty much all day long. There was a few little pullbacks, retracements, but basically the bears just had it all day, and I uh, I was able to capitalize on a couple trades this well today. One early early afternoon, and another one again later on in the afternoon. But I wanted to just kind of recap the entire day. Um, so to begin with, when I signed on this morning, I noticed that we had a big gap, big gap up this morning, early morning, and that just basically set the tone for the rest of the day. I mean, we basically just kept going up here in the VIX. There was never really any retracements, nothing. So basically, had you started out the day 9:30, and just grabbed yourself a short, and wrote it out for the rest of the day, man, you would have made a killing today. Um, Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. I waited for the 9:30 to hit, and then I kind of was like sitting there watching the market around a little bit around, I want to say it was around 10 o'clock, 10:30 ish, was when I was starting to look for my first trade. um, and I actually have, as you can see it here, I marked it up. I have a couple marks here that I was hoping that the market would come back up and then continue its decline. So my first mark was 289525, and then I knew that wasn't gonna happen, so I was waiting for 288850. Again, that never hit. So as the morning wore on, I basically said 2877 is going to be my entry. I ended up setting a limit order in my on my broker platform here, and I just waited for it to hit. And unfortunately for me, it didn't hit because the timing was not right. I ended up watching this, and this would have been right. This would have actually touched me and got me in, and then I could have just wrote it down. We ended up touching it again here, as you can see my trend line here. And that just basically showed that there was resistance there at 2877. And it touched one more time. Unfortunately, I was busy working when that happened, and I already took my order off. As you can tell, from here to here is a pretty big time lapse. We're talking about an hour and 20 minutes almost for that next move to hit. So I wasn't able to get in there. So I just kept working for the day, and eventually was able to take a couple trades later on in the afternoon. One ended up around, as you can see, this is my Nadex platform. I ended up moving away from my traditional futures broker and moved into Nadex for the afternoon. So as you can tell, my very first trade was at 226, about 227, and my entry that I got was actually on the NQ. I traded the NQ. I looked, and I found an entry at 73. Yeah, 7397 was my entry on the NQ, which was right in this area. I think it was actually somewhere in here. Yeah, 7397. And I was able to get a little over, I think it was like 100 and say it's 140, 150 bucks there on that trade. Um, and then later on in the afternoon, I grabbed another trade at 340 on the ES, and that trade was at 2838, and that entry was like right. What is it? 340. Yeah. So somewhere in this area here was where I was able to grab it. In this area here, and I just wrote it down. And that actually is that was a weekly trade, weekly contract that I bought. I bought 10 contracts at $54. Um, and I was thinking about holding it, but it reached a nice profit target, and I said, you know what, anything over $100, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna close out my day, and I was able to close out my day with, here it is, after doing all the math there, $232 on the day. So a pretty good trade, considering, you could have lost a lot of money depending on what you were thinking the market was going to do. But for me, for the rest of my team, we knew, that we were going to continue dropping. We knew that there's really, the Bears had it. The Bears were going to continue to bring this down, considering the news that we've been getting. Um, so, again, we're going to be back at it tomorrow. I'm just going to throw this out there, everybody. Just be safe out there. Be careful. I'm going to be looking at the charts later on this evening, and I'm going to be trying to draw out some support and resistance lines. And I not even may. I'm going to post the video, so that we can kind of see, where these support and resistance lines are going to be at. Maybe this will help some other traders, kind of see, entries and exit possibilities, and hopefully we can all make some money here in this market. So, everybody have a good evening, and see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.